Happy morning, dear friends. Here's yours, Dr. Rajanta. Welcome to Demystify with Ajay. Dear friends, in the previous session, we learned how to obtain missing values during our operations. In the world of real data, you will rarely get data sets where there is no missing values. And it is therefore very important to understand how to manage these values given that if not properly treated. So this type of value can lead to calculation and analysis problem, so preventing us from carrying out our work. Yeah, of course, in this session we will address the issue of missing values in detail and deepening our knowledge on this kind of data and on how to manage it. Okay, now let's start on using the missing data. See, dear friends, actually this concept is not strictly related to the pandas library, but exists in many contexts. So in database, these are indicated with the value null. Some programming language use NA or empty string, while in Python, different ways are used to represent missing values, as like NaN in capital letters or in lowercase or whatever be, but which all stands for not a number. But they are all equivalent to each other. So furthermore, other built-in values such as none can also be considered as a missing values, and the missing value in the Python are mainly defined and managed by the NumPy library. So here, of course, we have used these three. Okay, so all these three are of previously described, that is, shapes can be imported individually from the library. So I just enclose this. Yeah. Now let me just see how these missing values are formed. Dear friends, missing values, or which we just say specify as like NaNs, are more common than one might think and are generated in our data frame or several occasions. One of these is during data import. When importing data from an external source to generate a data frame, yeah, for an example, let me just using the read underscore CSV function. This is when it finds cells with missing values and automatically assigns their NaN value. Now, let me just do this. Yeah, we create a CSV file here. So, yeah, of course, we just create a CSV with a text editor and save it as like countries.csv. And yeah, with this we are just going to execute it. So kindly have a note of it. This is what the CSV. And of course, dear friends, here in the CSV we are purposely done with a not, no, sorry, here it is not known a value, and here also a not known value, and of course here we didn't specify the area then next to that of capital, and here also in the second, yeah, we didn't specify that. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, we have not specified or inserted some values within the column. Now let me import it in our function. So yeah, we are imported the data of the file into the data frame through that read underscore CSV. And as we can see in the CSV file, we were no values were specified here, that NaN values have been inserted. And yeah, dear friends, actually in read underscore CSV, as in all other external file reading functions, there are three optional parameters are there that manage the reading of missing values. Of course, it is just like NA underscore values or NA underscore filter or keep underscore default underscore NA. Okay, we are just going to discuss one by one. Now let me just go with this NA values. Actually, this parameters allows you to specify the additional missing values, that is as like not known or NaN like that. In fact, it could happen that within the imported data sets, there are fields with particular values that explicitly indicate a missing value. In these cases, it would be appropriate that add this value within this parameter, that is helping the read underscore CSV function to recognize these kinds of values as missing values. So in this country.csv sample file, yeah, not all countries' capitals have been indicated, where there be not present as like we have just specified as like not known, okay, was specified as a value. So instead of leaving this value inside our data frame, we convert it to NaN. Okay, so during the import phase, so let me just convert this and kindly just see to the previous, the output of the cell 3 and now in the fourth one. So see here it is not known, has been imported, that is recognized as with NaN. Okay, it is also here also we converted it into NaN during this import. And dear friends, as we can see, this exact not known we use now there is an NaN. And let me just move on to the next one, that is Na underscore filter. Actually this parameter is of a Boolean type and by default is set to true. This parameter is useful for deactivating the missing values recognition mode, and therefore if set to false, yeah, the NaN insertion system is deactivated and the data is imported and they are in the source file. So kindly have a note of it how this happens, of course. So wherever we are having this functionality. So let's see here how when on importing data from our countries.csv. So yeah, we can see from the result the NaN values are no longer present. So of course see towards the previous, here we are having that NaN and here also we have an NaN, and in that population Sweden we have an NaN. Of course that NaN is not present here. So, but the empty space in the CSV file remains. So, even within the data frame. Okay. Yeah, fine. Now, let me just move on to the next one. Keep default NA parameter, which is also one of the Boolean type and is set by default to true. And in this case, yeah, setting to false does not disable the missing value filter, but only those defined in NA values. So, which we have just specified in NA values, but it is not defined. Okay, let's try this setting by importing our countries .csv file, and let me import here. Yeah, kindly just see here, as we can see, we have obtained an intermediate situation with respect to the two previous cases. Okay, so one is, of course, wherever the NaN is present, now it is with space, and wherever this not known is present, now it is in NaN. Okay, so yeah, they're recognizing as missing values here. Okay, now let me just see some operations that generate an NaN. Okay, so of course, dear friends, actually in addition to the recognition of particular values within the data sets, when we import it into the data frame, the NaN values can be subsequently generated automatically during the data processing. So in fact, of course, we have already seen this in our previous session. So we saw that some operations carried out on the data frame generator as like reindexing, sifting, merging. And one of the most common example is when reindexing a data frame. Of course, we have discussed in our tutorial 25. I just provide the link in the description. Kindly have a note of that. And yeah, in this kind of operation, when you recognize the index within a data frame, if you insert a new index, whether both rows and columns also, yeah, you will have a result, a new data frame in which there are entire rows and columns of missing values. So previously in correspondence with these indices, okay. So first of all, let me just include this import a content of books.csv. Okay. So yeah, you just get here something as like ID, title, author and publication date, and yeah, we subject the newly imported data frame to reindex some settings, a new order of column books, okay, indexes, and inserting a new price labels like that. Okay, so let me just make use 8 here, and let's see Yeah, this is what our new data frame now. It is re-indexed. Okay, so kindly just have a note of it. So as we can see, a new price column here is filled with NAN values was automatically generated. In case the management is really simple, if we insert a new label in the re-indexing, yeah, it is because we want to add a new column. So thus the values are enhanced within a series that is already set. Okay, so here we have already set or new ones are defined. So here I am just going to make this price to be shifted to that. So kindly have a note of it. So now, yeah, here we have just done it. So 10, 20 and 15. And another operation very similar to this one is shifting. And of course, the shifting also we have already discussed in tutorial 26. And I just provide you the link in the description. Kindly have a look onto that. So in fact, you can make a shift on the test data frame, okay, by using the shift one. Okay, so yeah, we will obtain the shift of all the rows downwards. So with the loss of the last row, yeah, and the generation of a new row at the beginning fully valued with NAN values. So here it is one the case. Yeah, of course, it is possible to remedy either by eliminating the row or by enhancing it with an appropriate value. So in both the previous cases, it is already possible to value the missing values with an appropriate value. So without the need to value them later. So this can be done with the optional fill value. So kindly just to see here, if I just want to make this one, yeah, here we are having a price is there. Okay, I just want to fill the values with as like 0.00. So if I just specify it in the exact value functionality, so see here what would be there in the exact data now. So I just want to fill it with 0.000 like that. The same thing is achieved by inserting this fill value in the shifting also. Okay, so as here we can just make use like empty. So in fact, here if I just want to obtain in which the NAN values has been replaced by indicating something values as like empty. So kindly have a note of it. If I just execute this, so wherever we have just shifted, that is the one row which we have just shifted, are now with an empty. And other operations that add NAN value in the resulting data frame are operations that involves two data frames. Of course, we have already discussed in our tutorial 3031. So when we combine or when we merge between two data frames, or if we do some operations between two data frames, of course, there will be some NANs, that is the null value. So where there is no correspondence between the two objects. So to of course, to work with the merging, we import a data for a second data frame. And of course, kindly just have a note of it. Here it is all about a new one, books underscore store. So here it is the new one. If I just want to make it as like a merging, okay, so as you can see, a data set of values suitably correlated to the test data frame was chosen on the second one, that is the bookstore. Okay, so there are in fact the same books but containing different informations. Okay, so at this point we perform the merging between the two data frames. So if I just possibly do that, so let I just execute it. So here I'm just doing it with a how it is like a right merging. So kindly just to see how you can able to know. So yeah, here on merging we are able to generate an NAN. So yeah, of course, dear friends, I think now you have some basic concept for preparing a real world data set after importing them. Of course, a correct arrangement of the values within the column is essential if you want to perform the data analysis in the most correct way. So having deepening the techniques of missing values, you can remove or at least manage or this type of values. Here in the session, we have generated the missing values, and of course, dear friends, in the next session, we are going to discuss on to how to handle this and how to treat this. And of course, I hope you found this video helpful and insightful. I have provided the code used in this video in the description. And yeah, if you want to take your learning to the next level, kindly join us on the exciting journey. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Let's see you on the next second session on handling the missing data. Thank you, dear friends. Happy learning.